Hi everyone, today we're going to be working on evaluating functions. In this example, we're asked to do the following. Evaluate each function for the given value. Now before we get started on this function, we first want to know what's being asked of us. What does it mean to evaluate something? And to put it simply, when you're asked to evaluate something, you are being asked to find the true value. Okay, so keep that in mind as we go into this problem. Now first we have the problem f of x is equal to x minus 3. And we want to find the value, or we want to evaluate this at f of negative 5, right? So first things first, what you want to recognize here is that f right here, that is the name of the function. The other thing that you want to recognize is that we are given a function rule to find the output. All right, this is going to tell us how are we supposed to find the outputs. And then what we want to recognize is what's our input? Where are we going to evaluate this? And in this case, usually where we see x, we're now going to replace it with negative 5. Okay? So let's go ahead and evaluate this function, f of x, at negative 5. So we have f of, now instead of x, we're going to replace it with negative 5, is equal to x minus 3. Now, instead of x, we're going to go ahead and erase that and put a parentheses there and put it with negative 5. At this point, what you want to do here is just to simplify, and you want to remember your order of operations where you use PEMDAS. Okay? So as we simplify this, we are just subtracting negative 5 minus 3, which is going to be equal to negative 8. So we can say that f of negative 5, or when I plug in negative 5 into the function f, we get an output of negative 8. So this would be your final answer. Or you can say that your output, right, is y is equal to negative 8. Oops. Or maybe you can put everything together and combine the two to say that when I have an input of negative 5 for this function, I get an output of negative 8. Right? So here's how you evaluate this function at x is equal to negative 5. Let's try another one. Over here we're given the same question and a different function. And we're meant to find the value of this function when x is equal to 1. So let's go ahead and write our function. And remember, wherever we see x, we're going to replace it with the number 1. So here we go. F of 1 is equal to 4 times x, in this case 1, minus 2. So again, according to PEMDAS, we're going to look for the opportunity to multiply, right? So we're going to take care of that first. And so 4 times 1 is equal to 4. And we bring down that minus 2. And then what we finally end up with is f of 1 is going to be equal to 2. So this could be your final answer. Or if you're asked, you can convert this to a point where you have an input of positive 1 and then an output of positive 2. Okay? Let's try one more. All right, now in this case, we have f of x is equal to negative x minus 1, and we're meant to find the value of this function f when x is equal to negative 7. So remember, be on the lookout for what's my input. In this case, it's negative 7, right? So we go ahead and we're going to plug in negative 7 into the function f. So we have f of negative 7 is going to be equal to, now we have negative times, instead of x, negative 7 minus 1. All right. Now, if you need to, you can go ahead and put a 1 in front of that parentheses because we're actually going to be multiplying a negative 1. All right. And so we have negative 1 times negative 7. We get a positive 7. And then we go ahead and bring down that minus 1 so that in our final step of simplification, we're going to get that f of negative 7 is going to be equal to 7 minus 1 is 6. And this is our final answer. Or if you're meant to put this into the form of a coordinate, you can say that my input is negative 7. And once I have that, I get an output of positive 6. So this can also be an acceptable answer. Hope this helps and enjoy.